Hello, it's Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts. Welcome to my channel. Oh, my microphone's all crooked and weird. Oh my goodness. So today, this is a cord to my sewing machine. So you can see we're going to do a little bit of sewing on one of these booklets. Or, in this case, these are signatures. So, let me show you what a signature looks like. Looks like this. I've zigzagged around the whole thing. And I've zigzagged around these. Oh, these. And around all of this. And I'm going to pop that out just a little bit. And inside here we have a fold-out flap that you can write on. Or we can put a pocket. And same over here. And in the center I have sewn down the middle to put this small signature in. This little, to put this, the pages inside of this signature. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages per, 12 pages per little signature. And I just fold it over like this. And push it down really hard. Okay, so I have made 4 of these so far. Once again, I am using note cards. These note cards are from K & Company. I've had them for about 10 years. They're Amy Butler designer cards. I don't know if you can still get them or not. Amy Butler cardstock pad 253124. And it's a pattern solid and cardstock. There's a few solids in there. And this was from a second pack. Same way with this one. This color went with this one actually. But I'm using up this pad, which is actually this one that is this. No, I don't know which one it is. Anyway, I'm using this up. So, we are going to make the next signature together, and then we're going to figure out how to put them into a little notebook, a little journal. Sound good? Okay, I'll show you my method, or my madness. My madness method, whatever you like. That's what we're doing. Okay, so I've already cut these, and I've cut them to a size. I have taken a full sheet of paper. Let me grab one. Let me grab one that's the same. Oh. I've taken a full sheet, 8.5 by 11 paper, and I have folded it in half, the short way. Let's move this aside. Fold it in half, the short way. And maybe I should start here. This is one of these note cards right here. And when they come in this pack, they have a header up here, and you cut that off. We better start at the beginning, hadn't we? Wouldn't be very nice of me to lead you astray. Chop, chop. And then we fold that in half. Make sure that it lines up good. If it's crooked, your book will be crooked. So some of them I kind of had to stretch over the side a little bit. And what does an Angela do with her bone folder when she's throwing things around. I'm going to get my phone out of the way. Ta-da! Anyway, I've kind of had to stretch them to meet the edge and then hold that really tight and then press it. Okay, so there's that one. And then I took my next card. Let's use this one. And I cut that header off of this one. And once again, I folded it over so they would meet up happily. They'll have a happy little marriage. And then I took this and I cut off this side just a little bit. Oh, 1/16 of an inch maybe. Just that on the folded side. This was the fold. See? So I cut it off the folded side. Then I got out my crocodile and I gave it a 1/2 inch round on 2 sides. There we go. So depending on which way you want your flowers to go, you know, doesn't really matter. Let's go this way. Oops, I did it wrong. Doesn't matter. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go this way. Matching things up and thinking about what I need to do. Now they match up good. Okay. And then I scored this at a 1/2 inch. Cannot find my little scoring board. I do not know where I put it. It's the craziest thing ever. So 1/2 inch here. And then a 1/2 inch over here on the straight edge side, not the curvy edge. Okay. Folded those. And then I trimmed this little piece just to, I don't know, get rid of bulk in the fold and stuff. That's all it is. You don't have to do this part if you don't like to. It's A-OK-O. Okay. And then I made sure that these would fit this. I folded these over and made sure that they would fit this booklet or this card. And they do. They fit fine. As you can see, they don't match right up, but at least they kind of, you know, it kind of tells you that they were once together. And then, what did I do? Next, I took my ink and I inked this center just so I can see it when I go to sew in my signature pages. And did I do these? Can't remember. Let's have a peek. I did those too. And the reason I did those, now that I look at it, was so that when I'm sewing, I can see my lines and I can make a fairly good stitch. I don't sew as good as I used to. So I did ink up the pieces. And I inked around most of the edges. And before you sew it in, you will want, if you want to ink, this is the time to do that, so that you don't see that stark white core of the paper. And if you boo-boo and get ink in there, don't worry. We can cover it. I'll show you. So then I took these to the sewing machine and I sewed them to this piece. And no, don't listen to that. Erase that. Okay, backwards, forwards. Then I took this to the machine and I sewed around this piece, and then I sewed down this piece, and I tried to stay closer to the center, not right on the edge here, and I'll tell you why when we get there. And then after I sewed that one, then I sewed up here and all the way around to here on both of these. Why, you say? Well, I tried it both ways. I attached them and then sewed the whole thing. It just didn't feel good sewing it that way. So this worked out better for me. Now I'm going to tell you why about this. When you sew that in, these on, just laying this down, this threads don't match up, you know, if it's just a blank. See, like this. They just, you know, it's just blank. So I sewed down the edge so it would look like it is sewed all the way around. Sewed down the edge. So it would look like the thread goes all the way around, and indeed it does, because over here it shows that I did go all the way around that card. And then here's just so that it's, because it's a separate flap, I wanted it to be its own sewing. And here's where I really messed up my sewing. That's the way it goes. So there's that. Okay. So now we have our pieces, and this one would need to be inked as well. I just find this is easier to do it this way when I'm just doing the core or the edge of the paper. And then I took this to my machine and I sewed it. So let's do that with this piece. This one goes here. So this is going to go on here and this one over here. Now when I did these, I got out my 5 cards and got them folded and cut, and I got out these flaps and I folded them and cut them all in half. I did it in factory style, you know, where you do all of the folds first, and then all of the inking next, and then all of the sewing after that. But I saved this one for you. So we're going to have a look at this, and then we're going to talk about our paper that goes on the inside. So let's, oh, my Christmas stuff. Yum. So let's pull this sewing machine over. If you don't like the sound of it, please turn your volume down while it's on. And I'm going to put it right about here. Now that's a little far away from me, but we're going to try it. So I can't get my camera down here. If I could, I would. I'm going to start at the bottom. And I'm using a, on my Baby Lock Grace machine, I am using a zigzag in the letter 5, in the number 5, not a letter, number 5. And I have my stitch really small. Now I know that could be a problem because papers can tear real easy with zigzagging in them. But I really like it close together for this mini. So I'm breaking the rules. I'm going to back stitch it. You don't really need to, I don't suppose, because it's going to get, the flap's going to get sewn over it anyway. Stopping my needle on the inside, on the left side when you're zigzagging, and then turning and starting again will give you that neat corner that Gail Augustinelli always talks about. So I try to do that. I don't always succeed. And sometimes I sew crooked like I did there. And sometimes I miss the mark and go over it. So I guess I'm not too concerned about it. I try to do it, but it's not always successful. So I don't know if you guys can even hear me talking. I'm just chatting along. Chat, chat, chat. I gotta back up. Missed the mark again. Back up. Come forward, needle up, scissors. Cut the old thread. Throw this in the thread pile. This is the thread pile right now. And now we're going to sew these. Put those over there. First I'm going to sew this piece. Whoops. Trying to line things up over here. Not successful today. Going to pull that out of there. And now I'm going to sew here, where you can start anywhere you want. You know, if you want to start on the bottom, you could do that. I just have that curve over there, so it's, hopefully I can come back and hit the mark. Almost there. Do a little crooked sewing just to keep us on our toes. Crooked sewing, going around the corner. Or you can slow down and hit the corner a little better. Just like that. So there we go. There's our first one. All sewn. Now, oh, let's do our second one. Yeah, that first one, second one. Right. Got it. Almost done though. Okay, let's go around this one. I think I need to clean out my machine. It's probably has a lot of paper dust in there. Too far? I mean, not far enough. No. Oh boy, that cuts it really close. Doesn't always line right up. And there we are. Now, I'm going to tell you why I sewed this one closer to the line. This one on the left, the flap, closer to the line. Let me put my machine over there and get this cord out of the way. Okay. The reason I did that is when I glue this down to here, these two threads are going to get in the way of each other. So I wanted to make sure I could get glue right along that edge and right along this edge over here, as well as on the stitching. And then once we put it down, we'll really go over that with the bone folder to make sure that glue is down so that this stays attached. Okay? So, oh, we do have one more sewing to do. Oops. Let's do this. Okay, so my pages, how did I cut them? Let's go back to that right here. I had an 8.5 by 11. I folded it taco style and folded it on the short edge in half. And then I cut it at 4 1/4. 4 and is that a 1/4 right there? 4 1/4. Is that right? No. I think it's 5 and 1/4. Is it? Yeah, 5 and 1/4. I'm sorry. That should be it. Oh, that's 5. 5 and 1/4 right there. That should do it. I'm off a little bit today. Okay, 5 and 1/4 on the short edge of your paper. And then I had to cut it at 8 1/4 to fit this notebook page. And I just cut them both together. Actually, I cut all 6 together. 8 1/4 right there. Okay. And then I folded these, and I folded them all separately. You could fold them all in one deal if you want. I just find it's easier to match them up this way. And I had six of the papers. And by cutting all 6 papers at once, I ended up with enough paper to do 2 of the signatures. Okay? Now, one of these pages on my fold line that's in the center, I know that one's the center. I went ahead and inked them all up on the middle signature so that it had the line to match up with the line inside of the signature cover. See? Excuse me. So you want to cut enough of these to fit in your little notebook, your signature, your notebook card signature. Okay? And I already have that cut. So I will put this one over here with that extra one I made. And I just lined these guys up on this line here and this line there. And I only put one bulldog clip on them. Right here. That's so that I can start sewing once I get it all in the machine and stuff. This one does have to be lined up, and it's kind of hard to line it up and get that clipped. Okay, there we go. So I gotta bring my machine back, so sorry about that. Find the cord again. And the foot. Okay, then I lowered my needle down in. Oh, I moved it to a straight stitch, which is on mine. I moved it to a 2 so that the needle would come to center. It's easier for me to see where it's going when it's in the center. Okay, so I put my needle down into it, took a couple of stitches, and then I made sure that this piece right down here, right here, is lining up with this one here. The brown line I put on there, the ink. Matching up my ink. Whoops. Backspace, not needle up. And there we go. I didn't backspace up here, so hopefully that won't be a problem. Take your bulldog clip off. Now I can put the machine away. Well, I won't put it away because I might want to use it tomorrow. I'm going to scooch it out of the way though. And here we go. So then I folded this in half. Hopefully I got my stitching normally good. It's on there pretty good. It's a little off right there, but it folds okay, so I'm good. I'm golden. And now we're going to glue these guys in. Okay. Where'd my glue go? Where'd it go? And I've already inked these. So right here you want to get your glue right along that edge. And then right along this edge. Like that. And then I got the glue on my fingers pretty good, like this. And then I match this up to here. Hopefully I just didn't get glue in the center of it. Match that up along that line, and I picked it up and I really squished this together so that this edge of the paper, not the sewing, but the paper, is down. Then I opened it up, and this is where I made sure to really get this pushed down. And using the Fabri-Tex's nice because it takes it a little bit to dry and gives you time to go ahead and get that put down really well. Got some glue there, so I'm trying to take it off because it won't come off. Get out your little powder pad. Go right along there. Dry up your glue. And let's go over here. And we're going to do the same thing. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. My hubby is putting out our decorations. We just put them out on Halloween Day. We don't decorate up like we used to when the kids were little. But I have to tell you what he did. He scared the daylights out of me. He knows I'm not a spider lover. But he wasn't thinking about it either, but he hung the big black spider, the big hairy black spider we have. Yeah, it's about like this with big long legs. He hung it on the front door. And I came in the house and was just coming in past the computer and pow! I saw it. Well, my yikes and screams got the dog going. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. So here we go. We have it all sewn together. This is off just a little bit right there. I notice it's a little smaller. That's okay though, it's alright. We don't have to worry about that. Well, I think I'll powder that one too. Got it right along the edge. There we go. Get all that powder off there. Just throw it on my lap here. Okay. So here we go. We now have 5 signatures and 1 extra if I decide to add it. But I don't think I will. Okay. So, how do we do this? I want to do the tab binding. So we take our first one, don't we? Or do we start last? No, we start with our first. Okay, so we need some tabs. Wonder what we should use. We could use lace, we could use fabric. I think I have some fabric. Hold on just a minute. Oh dear. What should we do? This one? Could do that one. It's probably not enough. I need more. Aha! We have this one. It's a very close match, isn't it? Okay. It is a fabric fat quarter. I think it's a Joann's. Ooh, that's nice. Over with the packaging. I'm not going to worry about phrase. I kind of like phrase. So, we don't want our tabs to be very wide. I'm going to tear this first. Which way do you think it'd tear best? Oh, tabs. I'm looking at the... I don't think it really matters. Oh, that's pretty bendy there. Let's go over here. This has got a nice fray on it, but it has this red line. So I don't really want that red line. But we're going to save that because that'll look good on something else. Throw that back there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we need some tabs. And I think probably about this wide. No, probably too wide. Let's try this. I've never done a tab binding, so bear with me. I don't want to save those. I better do another one that same width while I've got this out. Let's go this way or this way. Guess it goes that way. So right about here. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this one is just going down to the next one, right? Down to this one. These two will hook together. I want that one in the middle because it's kind of bluey. So I think we'll go green. No, I think we'll go this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. No, this one. It doesn't matter, does it? Maybe it does. We'll do the dark green on each end. We'll do the light green in the middle, and then we have this right there. Okay, that works. Okay, so we have this, and we need to put 3 tabs on it. 1, 2, 3. I don't want them to be way over. So if that is that far, then that, and then I need a little bit of room to grow. About like that, I think. It's probably too much. We can always cover our tabs up. Right? Can't we? We can? Yeah, we can. I think we can. Oh, get this back there for an example for myself. They don't have to get bigger and bigger, do they? Hope not. If they do, I'm making a mistake. Just bear with me. I mean, I honestly have never done this before. I've wanted to. I've wanted to make one for a long time. I've seen people make them. They're getting longer and longer. Boy, that one really came apart, didn't it? I should have done this part ahead of time. I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you. And then that one is just a little long, I think. I'm just going to cut it, and then we'll fray it. Easy peasy, see? There, get rid of that. Okay, we'll start with that, and if we need more, which I don't know, we probably will. I'm not saving these threads. Although they are pretty, aren't they? Because they have that little bit of green in them. Okay, I'll save it. First one. Okay. So, gosh, I hope I do this right. Doesn't matter which way this goes. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Hope that doesn't bleed through like crazy. And we'll put it right there. And we'll need one about here, I guess. Oh, I hope they're not too wide. Let's see. I know they have to be able to fit together. I should have moved this one up a little bit. It's still movable. So I'm going to move it up to the top. Okay. So let's do the top and the bottom one first. Oops. Make it go down to the bottom edge. Okay. Fabri-Tac. Oh, Fabri-Stacky. Okay, so we know we're going to have one in there. And one in there. And this one is going to go right there. Oh, I hope I don't fail this time. Oh, oh goodness. Come on, glue. Come out of there. I think you got to get a rhythm going with the fabric. Guess you could bunch that up. I did. So I guess it's okay if I did it. You can do it too. Okay. Then we flip this one over this way. And we take a look at this one. And we put them just like so. These two will have to go in between. Oh, am I doing this right? I really don't know. I'm whining. I won't whine. I stop. I'll stop whining. Okay, one right there. And eek. Eek! And. Get one that's a little bit, looks a little thinner. There we go. And this one will go right there. Right? Okay. Then we flip this one over and we bring the 3 tabs up. Is that correct? I think so. I think so. I think so. So lining our book up. Don't want it too tight. I think I'll do the top and the bottom first. Don't know if it matters. Okay. And then we'll do the center one. I can always come back and put more glue under the fabric if it needs it. Or I can get my powder thing and de-sticky that piece that's, but that got all over my camera. Okay, so then we take this one. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about it. And we kind of line those up. We're going to put one here. Just like that. Hope it stays stuck. Then we're going to put one down here at the very bottom. Right about there. And then lining those those up. We put one in the center. So somewhere about in there. Okay. Take any sticky out of the top. This one goes here, like this. This one's going to come up right there. So I'm going to make sure my book is lined up. Top to bottom, side to side. Yeah, the 2-hole. Two tabs. Tiny tabs. Not too tight, right? Yeah, we don't want it too tight, I'm sure of that. And then this one. Scratch your back, because mine itches, so scratch yours too. Feels pretty good. Makes me want to get a back scratch. I just needed to put just a little more glue in there. And of course, when you want just a little, you get just a little too much. Which is what I did. Okay, now take the sticky off the top and let's apply this one. So this time I need 2 tabs glued down. And being careful, right, to not get glue on this, on the centerpiece of the tab. Otherwise you'll glue it. You'll glue your book together, I think. And if you don't like the way this looks, you can always cover it with another piece of paper, which would be fine. But I think what would be fun, since I use this on the tabs, would be to use it to make ruffles and do a few little ruffles with it. Ruffles. Ruffles. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit here. And just a little more glue right here. And go down and do the bottom. we go. I'm feeling successful. Oh yeah. Ooh, too much glue on that one. That's my phone. It's saying hello. 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 Anybody home? So I got contacted today by... Oh, that might be not tight enough, huh? Oh dear. What did I do? Maybe I'm not putting them tight enough? Maybe I gotta pull it just a little bit tighter. Well, it's the first time I've made one, so I think it's this one that didn't get tight enough. I don't want to tear it off because it'll look crappy. Sorry. It'll look crummy. But yeah, that one, it maybe is not tight enough between those two. Maybe I was too gentle. She was too gentle on it. Okay, well, we'll tighten up the next one. How's that sound? Okay, this is the last one. So, oh, I might need an even number to end up with 3 on here. Well, oh dear, my glue is leaking all over the place. Because there's nowhere for these to go. See? Just these two would come up here. But I think I need a next signature in order to hold it together better. Well, I have a next signature. I just have to make it. Okay. Okay, this project has gotten long, hasn't it? Okay, so there it is, the stack journal. So if you want it to have well, I think it feels okay. I mean, you know, it's not like a sew and in journal. It is just one of these. I would suppose if you wanted to tighten it up, you could just do a cover binding on it, you know, like this to there. And that would make it look nicer. I think it's okay. I think they're going to be kind of loose. I mean, it still fits together, right, when you're looking at it here. So I think it's okay. Let's look. Ooh, those two stuck together. They were wet, even though I put powder on them. Yeah, I think that one is maybe the Loosey Goosey right there. Well, that's not bad for a first time. I'm kind of happy with it. And you can't see which edge is which, so it didn't matter. Okay, well, if we decide to do something more with this one, I will bring you back and we'll see what's going on. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on it, but this wasn't very quick, I'm sorry. So we have a little tab journal. And I think I will maybe, sorry, hit the microphone. I think I maybe will make some ruffles, and maybe we'll apply them on the edges here, on each signature. And I think maybe, oh, I was going to show you this one where I accidentally got ink on it. This one. Oh no, it's upside down. So the book's going to have to go this way. Otherwise, my page will be upside down. I forgot. Anyway, I got ink all over the inside cover on this side. And I set my pad down on it. Haha. Upside down. And so it was pretty scarred up. So I just went ahead and glued pictures on here. Now, if we want our journal to go the other way, we'll glue some other pictures on it that are right side up. So, because I would rather have my journal begin here than there. Yeah. It doesn't really matter though, does it? Because we can have any cover we want on this. We just have to cover it. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think I will make one more thing off camera to put on here, and I will put a tab on it. And then I will bring you back, and I'll have maybe some ruffles, if I can do some little ones, little tiny ones. Okay? All right. That is all I have today, and I hope that you enjoyed this little excursion of mine. And we'll talk to you. That's weird. Are those supposed to match up? I guess they are. Oh, I might have done one wrong. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I did one wrong. No wonder they're not matching up. No. It just looks that way back there. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh. Maybe I did. I don't know if I did it right or wrong. Or if they just match up on their own. How funny. Yep, I'm going to cover that one page in there and turn those the right way. And I'm going to make one more of these for the back. And then we'll see how it goes. Okay, thank you for joining me today and putting up with my crazy antics of trying to figure this thing out. Yep. And we have this. We could make a tie with it. That would work. And I guess I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. And hey, I hope you all have a great evening. Give this video a thumbs up and become a subscriber. And I'm almost at my 1,000. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. What am I going to do? I don't know. I'll let you know. I think I'm just going to do a giveaway. Yeah. Thought about giving away my Alice journal, but I think I'll give away these ones we've been making the last week or so. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get there. All right. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.